What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? This is your main man, AJ Smith, coming at you guys with another quick video. Nothing too surprising, but everything going just as gelling. It's been a while since my last video. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Sorry about the poor lighting. This is something I am just throwing out there. Main reason for this video is because I'm wondering how well everybody else is doing. Hopefully everybody's doing well, staying up to date, staying healthy, clear, and physically fit. Keeping your mind stayed up to par. Right now I'm at work right now, just doing what I normally do, making my money as usual by the hour, on the hour, and just being grateful for another day in paradise. Hopefully everybody else can say the exact same thing. But in the meantime, I do have to ask you guys, are we proud of our fellow brothers for doing everything that they've done in the past? I only asked this question is because I came across a certain Facebook post that I went on ahead and I looked at, and I had to go on ahead and repost it. It was a picture of the Wayans brothers, and it showed how much each one of them were worth individually and, of course, as a whole, as a family. Now, for all of you who may not know or remember the Wayans brothers, they were the ones that came out back in possibly the 70s and 80s with that one show called The Living Color. Very popular show. It put a lot of people on the map. Some of them you may know. One of my favorites from the cast was, of course, a person by the name of James Carrey. We all know him as Jim Carrey. One of my favorite movies by him, of course, was Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, The Mask, and a few others. Then again, there's, of course, the Wayans brothers, one of them being David Avery Wayans, who played as Shaft, and a few others. Then there's the Wayans brothers, of course. Who could ever forget those wacky brothers? And then, of course, there's one of the Wayans brothers who played in My Wife and Kids, who I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with. But my main reason for making this video is because I had somebody that I know personally who came up with a comment that to me was pretty disturbing. And as far as I'm concerned, we are on social media either bad-mouthing or criticizing our own brothers for making a certain amount of money. Then one of our own comes up and says, oh, when one of them dies, that's when they'll come up with a check for how much each one of them is worth. As far as I'm concerned, I don't take that as a joke. I take that as someone hating because of somebody else's hard work. Sadly to say, it's supposed to be taken as a joke. I get that, but the fact is, why hate on somebody else's success? And that's what we seem to be doing no matter what is going on. Instead of congratulating somebody else's success and the fact that they were able to not only provide for their own families, but also entertain millions, if not billions of people throughout the world, throughout the generations, including now. We go on ahead and we start hating on them and throwing death threats. Now, it wasn't really a death threat. I'm going to let you guys know. It wasn't. But the fact that somebody would say something like that when you know for a fact you're only doing so much, not cool. There's a whole civil women's movement where people are talking about, oh, women are supposed to be entitled to this and men are not entitled to that. Now, I don't really care about the whole movement. As far as I'm concerned, I've been burned in more than one way, but when I'm trying to give props to our ethnic background groups, the ones who don't need it but can use it anyway because of all the positive energy they've given over the years, that's something to be recognized. A lot of us aren't getting the recognition we deserve. I mean, how often do you help people and then you don't get the recognition you deserve after a certain amount of time? I know I don't, and if I do, I don't feel it. But if I do feel it, it's because I'm trying to throw that back out. So then, who knows? What in the world is stopping us from doing right by each other? What's stopping us from coming together as a collective? What's stopping us from doing our own thing, which is good, and then coming together for a common cause to help our own communities? A lot of us as Black people, African Americans, Mexicans, Latinos, and it depends on what background you are coming from or grew up into, a lot of us don't want to do this. And to me, it's kind of sad. But that's going to be all for this video. I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. I believe most of us need to definitely look into the mirror and decide to not judge each other. Personally, I can judge whoever I want. Why? I don't see myself as better than anybody else. I judge based on actions, not based on words. I just don't judge to condemn anybody, because condemning, that only shows that I am God himself, and I don't believe I am a God because I'm not doing anything for you. And if I am trying to do something for you, It's in order to get something in return, which means I give to you as you give back. Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. If you can't do that, then you don't deserve anything that you're asking for unless you're going to do it yourself. And most people do not want to do things themselves. They don't. They'd rather be handed something free of charge and feel like they're obligated to be given something. And that's not the way the world works. Nobody's going to give you anything for free unless you've thought about it, you've worked for it, and you manifested it yourself. Meditate, pray, give out blessings, and then the universe, God, Allah, whoever you pray to, whoever you cherish, will give one back to you in due time. But remember, nothing happens overnight. It doesn't happen like that. It happens over time. Okay? It's called generational wealth for a reason. Love, peace, namaste.